Good morning, and thank God it's Friday. And with what's going on, we have to be thankful for still being around with no symptom of this coronavirus. So Friday Drive Time Live is brought to you by Ivan Etty After School and Tutoring Services, a place where information is of utmost importance and the distribution of is done in such a way as can be truth validated. So if you are looking for, or if that's your ambition, to be a part of truth, information that leads to truth, or information that is truth validated, then give us a call. We specialize in the math and science discipline, in addition to giving talks that speak to moral and ethical values. So if that's what you're looking for, then give us a call. My name is Ray. I may be reached at 914-447-1819. I'm Ray Johnson, 914-447-1819. With the pervasiveness of this virus, the coronavirus, this has dampened or this has limited our daily routines and given us a bit more of the time slots to reflect. We can reflect on our past. We can use this time effectively, or some of the time effectively, to reflect on our past and reevaluate. Too long we have been out there with trying to satisfy our ambitions and working within certain confines, but within the quest to satisfy, within the move or the efforts to satisfy our ambition, we may have sometimes created problems that may be antisocial, problems that may create the distance that we now have to be working with. And because of the creation of antisocial behaviors, our quest for our ambition lacks humanitarian traits. And that in itself is failure. We may have accomplished our ambitions, but when seen through a different set of eyes, we have also failed. Because with the search or with a drive to satisfy ambition, selfishness sometimes, gets into play. And when selfishness gets into play again, humanitarianism gets pushed out. I know that we can be selfless and ambitious and both be successful. But human beings, as far as my experience would dictate, human beings are basically selfish. My mistake. Are basically selfish. And in order for us to overcome some level of reasoning has to be inflicted. If reasoning is not inflicted, then we will continue along that path that will lead to our destruction. So let's reflect. Let's reevaluate. Let's also realize that for us to affect or us to have any effect on humanity, we have to practice what we preach. The most important part of delivery in anything that we do is the examples that we work with. If we are just talkers, if we are just vocalizing things, but our actions seem different, then that's, counteraction. So that will nullify whatever is supposed to appeal to us as social beings. So, we have to appeal to the minister of government, the politicians, the pastors, the teachers, the whoever. If you are going to be effective in creating better societies, better social atmospheres, we have to live accordingly. It's not about vocalizing. It's about actions. Actions that speak to what you're trying to vocalize. We have to. If we are not doing such, then everything is failure. I do not want to listen to you, for one, if I know that your lifestyle counteracts what you're saying. It makes no sense. Because why should you be an example for me when you're not an example for yourself? So this is a time for reflection. We have time slots that are not being used productively right now because of limitations by this coronavirus. But we also, because we are quarantined, we can use that time. We have some alone time. So we can use the alone time to go back in our lives. Look at some of the trajectories that get us to this point and stretch it past this point. Look what has been constant and the effects of these things being constant. Let's reevaluate. Let's make changes accordingly. Let's amplify those sections that work. Sometimes when we try to amplify everything together, then both good and bad get amplified. It's like having a radio station and it's noisy. Whenever you turn the volume up, you turn or you increase both the wanted sound and the noise. We have to find ways to filter out that noise. And then we will get whatever was transmitted. Noise came along the way. Noise, imposes the true signal. And we have to find ways to limit that noise because it cannot be totally eliminated. Well, in our social life, in our professional lives, in our whatever we do, there will be distractions. But we have to work on filtering out these distractions. And sometimes these distractions come along unknowingly. So that is why we have to go back. We have to review. We have to, reevaluate. We have to constantly, monitor what we do. We have to constantly know what or acknowledge what works and what is not good. But if we are going to sit back and say, well, this is working for me amidst the problem, amidst the challenges, sent out there for others, then humanity is compromised. It's on us to live as human beings. We have to be humanitarians. That's the only way we're going to see differences in societies. We cannot sit back and say, as long as it's okay for me, it's okay. No, it's not. It's not. This is not an individual thing. Okay? Social life is something that's it takes on a multiplicity of actions from different areas combined. It's contiguous. So we have to do our part. We have to communicate. We have to distribute information. We have to share. We have to care. The most important part. We have to care. And if we do, there is much to achieve. So let's again reflect. Let's look back on the path that we traveled. Let's use this time allocated or forcibly allocated for us by this great dragon coronavirus and make good going forward. Again, it's Drive Time Live and it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I hope for all a great weekend. And most importantly, cover up. Keep your distance. This Drive Time Live is brought to you by Ivanetti After School and Tutoring Services, a place where education, information is highly considered and replicated with guarantees by a truth table. It's accompanied by a truth table. So if you are deficient in the math and science areas, give me a call. My name is Ray. I may be reached at 914-447-1819. Ray Johnson, 914-447-1819. TGIF, and stay corona free. Jagai.